It's our final big Monday of the season in Raleigh, and the joint will be jumping. The place is sold out. You're watching the ACC on ESPN as #1 Duke looks to clinch the outright ACC championship against the Wolfpack of NC State.
As his team is prepared for the zone on the first possession.
Duke probing that, the 3-2. Foster decides to drive it all the way and lay it in. Here's Boozer with a touch. 23 points, 10 rebounds a game. Trying to fight his way through the zone, and that worked out.
Has he been a part of a Duke team that's as good or better than the one we're seeing defensively right now?
Sorry, the corner swishes that one in. Here's Evans in the open floor to lift it, and can't hit. Foster with a big rebound, side right way, got a good look, and he hit it.
It was off to an even better start.
Evans rattles that one in from three-point land. There's one way to beat the zone. Shot clock is down to 7. He'll scoop it and miss. On the run out. Here's Sarr to attack and lay it in. Nice adjustment at the end.
From the field, a lot of it is because he gets a number of nice feeds just like that from Matt Abel.
Evans way downtown, yes! Aren't we all, by the way, under 10 minutes to go?
Not you, my friend. Well, everyone but you. You need no heritage.
One thing I got going on right now. Amenya trying to dump it down low. Boozer off the fake. Hit again, and he made that one.
Possession right in front of Will Wade, and he wasn't happy about it because now this puts you in a position to...
In the corner, Harris got a really good long look, and he finished it.
Versus Miami and versus North Carolina in this building, but he struggled since then.
Boozer, picture perfect, the catch and the follow-through.
No struggle for this freshman. I mean, but Duke has been able to step up and knock down some threes, which has allowed them to build the 5-point lead.
Boozer in the lane, banks it up, and they're going to count that on continuation. They will.
To do it for 40 minutes. John Shire is going to make sure that he has something to get Boozer going, and just right there floating to the open spot.
A nice sense for the Wolfpack on their home floor court. A little bit of a danger zone.
It is that, and especially when you consider to Raleigh, there were a lot of people who were still remembering the conversations and the talking, but they have learned to love him here in Raleigh.
Over the top, Boozer will finish that.
Yeah, the Wolfpack have gotten a few free throws, but haven't really been able to take advantage of them. Now 2 of 6 from the free throw stripe.
Good ball movement, and the swish from the corner by Sarr. Caden Boozer out of the corner, and a swish there by Amenya. Chance for a heave, but they don't get it off, and that's the last shot before halftime.
They will continue to utilize zone defense the entire second half, telling me they just can't match up with Duke physically and man. And he stressed the importance of better perimeter defense and told his team.
The other thing Caden Boozer has done, he's drawn 5 fouls. So cagey there, the dunk. Big time play by Sarr, who's up to 16 points. He's had a tremendous night. Building completely sold out tonight. It's been really silent. And Boozer adds to that silence with another bucket, give him 13.
To try to avoid him picking up that 4th foul.
Just had a terrific game at South Bend in a losing effort. 24 points, 10 rebounds. Here's Evans. Yes, sir.
Against Virginia, we watched them do it against Cole Serta. Against Notre Dame on last Tuesday, so their defense is geared to take away the #1 out.
Boy, Gungbo with a tough shot. And it made this place really quiet. Evans will launch, and it'll rattle in. 12 points.
At Madison Square Garden, SGA is back, and of course, that's where all the guys put on a show, like Malik Brown is putting on a show.
Boozer, nice feed, and a slam by Gungbo.
And how many times, Obi, have we talked about the interior passing, whether it's, when I said it is harder to coach talent, but if you ask Coach Seth Greenberg, sitting in the studio right now,
Boozer really moves through the world like a professional, prepares like a pro, and said he learned from one of the best in his dad, Carlos Boozer.
The first time I watched him, he went head-to-head with Cooper Flagg as Caleb Foster was able to knock down the 3. And when I tell you, these guys are 14 years old, and Cooper's twin brother, Ace, they were the stars in that game.
Foster with another 3 opportunity, but not this time. Rebound cleaned up again by Boozer.
That was #1 in the country, went to the Final Four, and he was, their best defensive player on that team because they struggled when he got injured.
But they're not going to beat North Carolina and Duke. Laid up and in by Jimenez on the drive, and Duke gets to get underway. Obviously, Duke is going to be a giant favorite as #1 team in the country, and they will have the undisputed top seed in the ACC regular season championship under their belt
last season. But also, Miami has bigs, they have guards. I believe they can compete with the Blue Devils. I don't know if they can beat them.
And Duke will win this one going away 93-64. And tonight's player of the game brought to you by Voya. Dame Sarr with a terrific game, 16 points.
Dame Sarr really got it started for the Blue Devils in the first half, knocking down 3 threes and was very effective on the defensive end as he always is.
Duke taking care of business. They clinch the outright ACC regular season championship back-to-back years.